misery, and I have never experienced any hardship. Vemos que una de las alusiones para beneficio de la audiencia de habla hispana, en donde en el paraíso el profeta Mahoma dice de que aquel que no se van a ver cosas en el paraíso que ningún ojo ha visto en este mundo, ni ningún oído ha escuchado, ni ninguna mente humana ha podido pensar siquiera, ni se va a poder acercar al alcance de las cosas que se van a poder ver en esa vida futura, en esa vida venidera. Entonces que en muchas ocasiones nosotros le damos mucho valor. We think about ourselves as human beings that happen as a coincidence to have a body or jointly with a soul. And in some instances, what happens if the situation is the other way around? Our soul had the opportunity to be incarnated in this human body, and then we have to go through a test through this life, but we're going to be returning to our beloved God. Vemos entonces que si nosotros como seres humanos, en vez de estar pensando siempre de que somos humanos, en vez de pensar que somos materia y que también pues nosotros tenemos un alma y un espíritu, ¿qué tal si nosotros cambiamos la situación y decimos nosotros somos un espíritu encarnado en un cuerpo que tiene que pasar por unas pruebas, que tiene que pasar por unas experiencias y que tiene que pasarlas de una manera exitosa? También dice el profeta Mahoma en el libro del Corán, el escrito al verso 57, a la ley 57. Vemos que hay una referencia que dice primero, if you enter paradise, you will live a very happy life, without sickness, no pain, without sadness or death. God will be with you, and you will live there forever. God has in the Quran, vemos aquí donde Dios habla en el Corán y dice, tú llegas al paraíso, vas a vivir una vida muy amena, una vida libre de enfermedades, libre de dolores, de sufrimientos y angustia, y que en donde no se conoce la muerte. Entonces nos dice, vamos a ver la cita en el libro del Corán, en el capítulo 4, vamos entonces al verso 57, y dice, para aquellos, but those who believe and do good deeds, we will admit them to gardens in paradise, in which rivers flow, lasting in them forever. Vemos entonces como dice, y aquellos que creen y hacen obras positivas, vamos a recibirlos en el paraíso. Vamos a citarlo directamente del libro del Corán para que no haya errores. A quienes crean y obren bien, les introduciremos en jardines por cuyos bajos fluyen arroyos que estarán eternamente para siempre. Allí tendrán las esposas purificadas y haremos que les dé una sombra a él. Vemos entonces cómo es que se hace alusión directamente en el sagrado libro del Corán, y vemos como en esta pues positivamente Dios nos hace referencia a cómo va a ser esa vida futura, esa vida venidera, y esa vida que vamos a tener llena de situaciones positivas. Entonces vemos también en el libro cuando
if I may,
la salvación del fuego eterno. Hello?
If I may, Dr. Jesus Marti,
Yes,
what
sir,
is
go
the
ahead.
subject of today? Sorry, I'm just joining. What is the subject of today?
Today we're discussing about several instances. We have chosen the topic. It's called Some Benefits of Islam.
Okay.
We're talking about the door to eternal paradise. We're talking about salvation from hellfire.
Okay.
We're talking about real happiness and inner peace.
Okay, it's excellent since we're talking about that. I mean, it's the goal is paradise, and the road to paradise is the belief and the proper belief. And I would like to touch only very briefly about one message very shortly. So after the creation of Adam, just one original message has been repeatedly delivered to mankind throughout the history of humanity. People wonder what is this one message was repeatedly throughout all the prophets as a reminder to remind the people about it and to bring them back on tracks. Many prophets and messengers, including Adam, Noah, Abraham, Moses, Jesus, and Muhammad, may peace and blessing be upon all of them, were sent by the only true God, one God, to convey only one message. So, one God, one message. One God, one message. The true God is only one God. The true God is only, what is this message? Is the true God is only one, worship him alone and keep his commandment. The true God is only one, worship him alone and keep his commandment. So if you would please translate this and we shall continue.
It's going to be my pleasure. Nos dice el hermano Rashid de que brevemente hay un solo mensaje, que después de la creación de Adán, un solo mensaje se le ha enviado a la humanidad y muchos profetas lo han repetido, y este mensaje es de un Dios y es un solo mensaje. El mensaje es que el verdadero Dios es uno y ese Dios es al que tenemos que adorar y a ese Dios es el que tenemos que seguir sus reglas, sus mandamientos. Volvemos otra vez, el verdadero Dios es solo uno. Amarás a tu Dios con todo tu cuerpo, con todo tu alma, con todo tu corazón. ¿Les suena familiar, amigos? Llamen por favor al 407-343-6001 si quieren continuar participando. Brother Rashid, would you like to continue?
Yes, please. So, repeatedly, the message was just one message. So God sent these major prophets as well as many other prophets as messengers to accomplish, to deliver this message. What is this message? Is to convey the message that God is one. God is one. And also that to be the role model to humanity, to instruct people to fear God and keep his commandment, to teach the following moral tenets and worldly things, to guide the people who are deviated to return to the same message, one God. That was the message of all the prophets, starting from Adam, Abraham, Moses, Jesus, Suleiman, John the Baptist, and all of them. They all preach only one message. The essence of it is one message. Your Lord is one God. So to tell the people about their final destination, about the last day, and what leads to paradise or hellfire. That was your introduction, is speaking about paradise or hellfire. The goal is to get to paradise. And may God save us from hellfire. And we need to understand what is the road, what is how we get there. So to get there, we need to understand what is required of us as a human being. We need to from the Creator himself of the heavens and the earth, who created paradise to reward us and who created hellfire to punish those who stray from the message. It is the same God who created and sent those prophets and messengers. He is the creator of all humans, all animals, and all objects. That is one God. In Arabic, call it Allah. In French, Dieu. In German, Gott. In Spanish, Dios. And you can continue in all the other languages, some of them Jehovah, some of them. So it's the same one God in essence. And the importance of the oneness of the message, there is only one creator worthy of worship. And that is the message that was repeated over and over by all the prophets. May peace and blessing be upon all of them. And by the way, we make no distinction between any of them. They all come to complete each other, and they all come to confirm the same message. Remember that Jesus, may peace and blessing be upon him, said, I did not come but as a continuation of the same thing. I did not come to destroy the law or the commandment, but I come to fulfill. He came as a continuation and fulfillment of the same message that was previously delivered to Adam, to Abraham, to Moses, and all these prophets, with no exception, they all preach to their people, to the respected people that they were sent to. there is only one God, worship Him alone. And we ask no provision from you. That was their job. So the message again, one God, not three, not more, and this God has no partners and no equals. There is nothing that can be compared to Him. So we shall continue. Would you like to translate, and we shall continue?
Pleasure.
Thank you.
A beneficio de nuestra audiencia de habla hispana, tenemos que estamos hablando sobre un Dios, el verdadero Dios, un solo Dios y un solo mensaje. El verdadero Dios es solo uno. Adorarle siempre a Él solo. El mensaje se ha repetido siempre a través de todos los profetas y Dios es solo uno. Y la humanidad tiene que percatarse, tiene que seguir su ejemplo, tiene que seguir este trayecto correcto. Indistintamente, no podemos estarnos utilizando justificaciones ni argumentos ni de creencias o de que aquel pertenece a esta religión o a esta otra. Eso no existe, hermanos. Existe un solo Dios y la religión que usted escoja es el vehículo para usted querer adorar a Dios, pero adórelo siempre en su cuerpo, en su alma, en su mente y en su corazón a Él primero, y no asocie nada con Dios, Él sobre todo. Dios es solo uno y la humanidad tiene que seguir su ejemplo y el trayecto correcto, como lo hicieron los profetas, como lo hizo Adán, como lo hizo Abraham, como lo hizo Moisés y Jesús y Mahoma. Que la paz de Dios sea con todos ellos. Agregar, el objetivo es llegar, hay que agregar eso, hay que llegar al paraíso y salvarnos del fuego eterno del infierno. Él es el creador, indistintamente de cómo usted lo llame. Usted lo puede llamar Allah, usted lo puede llamar Dios, usted lo puede llamar God, no importa el idioma que usted utilice, está dirigiéndose hacia el Padre Todopoderoso y tiene que tener ese mensaje sincero en su corazón. Tenga ese mensaje y esa certeza y ese amor que Él le va a reciprocar y usted lo va a sentir. Sus peticiones no van a quedar sin responderse. Es el mismo solo Dios, es el Dios único y verdadero. Por todos los profetas, que la paz de Dios sea, que todos los profetas han hecho alusión, y que la paz de Dios sea con todos ellos también. Jesús como profeta no vino a destruir la ley y los mandamientos, sino a cumplirlos. Él lo dijo así con toda claridad: solo un Dios, solo un mensaje, y el mensaje claro. No hay socios, no hay nada que se le compare. Dios es único sobre todo. Pero
yes, please. We're gonna listen to Surah Al-Ikhlas, and in Arabic and English.
And there's none comparable unto Him.
Sorry, that was Surah Al-Ikhlas. Let me stop.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد.
In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. Say, He is Allah, the One.
الله الصمد.
Allah, the eternally besought of all.
لم يلد ولم يولد.
He begetteth not, nor was begotten.
ولم يكن له كفوا أحد.
And there's none comparable unto Him.
That was Quran, Surah 112, and it say, قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ. Say, He is Allah, the one and only. It started with say because the people were asking the Prophet Muhammad, may peace and blessing upon him, who is this Lord? Who is this? So upon that, the revelation came to the angel Gabriel, and Muhammad was required to say to the people, say. And this to every single one who is asking about God. God is answering. Say, He is Allah, the one and only. قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ. Allahu Samad. Allah, the eternal, the absolute. Allahu
what is the number
Samad.
of that surah, Brother Rashid?
Surah 112.
112. Okay.
Yes. قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ. Say, He is Allah, the one and only. Allahu Samad. Allah, the eternal, absolute. لَمْ يَلِدْ وَلَمْ يُولَدْ. He begot not, nor is He begotten. This is very important. He begot not, nor is He begotten. meaning nobody gave birth to him. Nobody gave birth to him, and he did not give birth to nobody, because he is the creator of the heavens and the earth. He is above that. We cannot attribute a human nature to the creator of the heavens and the earth. We cannot attribute the procreation, which is human nature, to the creator of the heavens and the earth. We cannot attribute an animal nature, which is to give birth and to the creator of the heavens and the earth. He is above that. Glory be to him. So he is Allah, the one and only, Allah the eternal, absolute. He begot not, nor is he begotten, and there is none like unto him. So there is only one true God, invisible. No one can see him in this life. He is not physically manifest or incarnated. There is no such thing as incarnation in Islam. Absolutely not. That's a Hindu concept. So there is no such thing as incarnation in Islam. I just would like to clarify that. I'm going to give the chance to Dr. Jesus Marti to translate for us Surah 112 of the Quran in Spanish, and we shall continue.
My pleasure. Para beneficio de la audiencia de habla hispana, no podemos atribuirle hijos ni familia a Dios. Dios está sobre todos y sobre todo. Hay un solo Dios y no hay encarnación en el Islam. El Surah 112, vemos que el Surah 112 que se titula La fe pura. Comenzamos y dice, citando directamente del Sagrado Libro, en el nombre de Dios, el compasivo y el misericordioso. Unicidad de Dios hay que tener siempre presente. Él es Dios, uno. Dios es el eterno, no ha engendrado ni ha sido engendrado y no tiene par. Por eso vemos que el hecho de nosotros utilizarle características humanas a Dios, como ponerle familia, como decir que Dios ha engendrado o ha sido engendrado o cómo Dios fue creado, le estamos poniendo una limitación a Dios que no es una característica de él, porque Dios no tiene límites. Dios está sobre todo y sobre todos nosotros. Rashid?
Yeah, to clarify who is the creator, so the first thing we have to know that is that his nature is so sublime, so majestic, is beyond our limited conception, that the best way in which we can realize him is to feel that he is a personality. He is not a mere abstract conception or philosophy. He is near us. He cares for us. We owe our existence to him. Secondly, he is one and only God, the one to whom worship is due. All other things or beings that we can think of are his creatures and in no way comparable to him. Thirdly, he is eternal, without beginning or end, absolute, not limited by time or place or circumstances. How could he be limited where he created time and place? He was before time. He created the whole universe, everything that we see and we don't see, the unseen world as well. He is eternal, without beginning or end, absolute, not limited by time or place or circumstances. The reality before which all places are more shadows or reflection. We must not think of him as having a son or a father, for that would be to import an animal qualities into our conception of him. He is not like any other person or a thing that we know or can imagine. His qualities and nature are unique. He is unique. He is one. There is nothing like unto him. He is one. He begot not, and no one give birth to him, and there is none comparable unto him. There is only one God. And this oneness of God, that was the essence why the Prophet, why the whole universe was created, for us to realize that we should worship one and only one God, all these prophets and messengers that were sent to people to remind the people who are constantly forgetting, to remind them of the same message, only one God. So to teach about the oneness of God. So that was repeated over and over again due to its importance, due to its fundamentals. And we shall continue with just one message, very simple, that God is one, that he does not have a son, that he does not begot, nor is he begotten, and there is nothing like unto him. He is the creator of the heavens and the earth. Glory be to him. Dr. Jesus Marti, can you please translate?
Pleasure. Nos dice el hermano Rashid, estamos hablando sobre Dios, las cualidades de Dios. Y Dios como creador, Dios, su naturaleza es suprema, su naturaleza es majestuosa. Él se preocupa por nosotros, Él es el único y verdadero Dios. En las criaturas no se le comparan a este, no se le puede limitar porque Él creó el tiempo. ¿Cómo vamos a limitar a aquel que crea el cronos y el espacio? Él está sobre el tiempo, Él está sobre el lugar, Él está por encima de todas las circunstancias. Dios es único y no podemos adjudicarle ni padres ni hijos porque limitamos sus cualidades divinas. Él es único y no hay nada ni nadie que se le compare. Debemos percatarnos que debemos adorarles a ese solo Dios y enseñar sobre la unicidad de Él, la unicidad de Dios. Dios es único, Dios es supremo, Dios es verdadero. No hay nadie que nada ni nadie que se le asemeje. Debemos continuar con un solo mensaje y es ese. Solo Dios, amarle con todo nuestro cuerpo, con toda nuestra mente y con todo nuestro corazón, a Él exclusivamente, por encima de todo. Brother Rashid?
Yes, now I would like to go to the Bible. So if you have the Bible, I would invite you to open John 5 and verse 37. Chapter 5, verse 37 of the Bible, if you have it. Or if not, just take a note of it. So we're gonna go to John and Timothy and Exodus to give a few examples to illustrate our point. In John 5 verse 37 it states, "You have never heard his voice nor seen his face." You have never heard his voice nor seen his face. This is speaking about the Creator. Also, Timothy 6 verse 16. Chapter 6 verse 16. "No one has ever seen him and no one can see him." No one has ever seen him and no one can see him. But by this it means in this life. So also Exodus 33 verse 20. "No one can see me and stay alive." No one can see me and stay alive. This is God speaking of himself. He says that no one can see me and stay alive. And here I would like to remind our audience just to revisit or read the story of Moses. Moses, when his people told him to ask about God and stuff like that, and he asked so he can confirm his belief. He wanted to see God. He requested, and God asked him, "Don't you believe?" He said, "I believe just to that." And God says, "I'm gonna reveal myself to the mountains, and if the mountain can withstand that, you'll be able to see me." When God revealed himself to the mountains just become, shattered, become, like a hurricane, like a powerful event. A miracle happened right there. The mountain is all shattered and it's all that. Just to see if the mountains cannot withstand seeing the Creator of the heavens and the earth. How could we, a mortal as a human being in this life, see Him? There is absolutely no way. So we will be able to see Him in paradise, those who will be blessed, because we will be recreated in such a way to be prepared for that. Will be eternal. Will be in this life we are limited. We are limited by time. We are born and what this and that. So the goal is to get into paradise, and we say the road to paradise is to know about the Creator, to know about this one message. So based on these facts and the biblical text, I sincerely and honestly ask, how can we reconcile the dogma that Jesus is God and the biblical testimony testify that no one has ever seen God nor heard his voice? How could we say that Jesus, my peace and blessing be upon him, is God, and the Bible and by the testimony of the Bible it stated that no one has ever seen God nor heard his voice? And I would like to remind our audience with open mind and with love, and we our brothers and sisters in humanity of Christianity, would like them to go to John 5:37, Timothy 6:16, and Exodus 33:20, and ponder upon these verses, these biblical verses, and really think about this concept of one God. Think about this concept of one God. Also, we are inquired to use our intellect, to use our mind, to use the mathematical 1 + 1 + 1 = 3, not 1. With all due respect, with love and compassion, we would like to open this dialogue of one God, only one God. So we shall continue. Dr. Jesus, can you translate, please?
Certainly, my pleasure. Nos está hablando el hermano Rashid sobre 3 citas que nos trae del Sagrado Libro sobre la Biblia. Y nos está en el libro de la Biblia, nos aparece donde en la epístola de San Juan, el capítulo 5, verso 37, y citamos: también el Padre que me envió ha dado testimonio de mí. Nunca habéis oído su voz ni habéis visto su aspecto. O sea que nadie lo ha visto, nadie ha podido ver a Dios y también conservar su vida. La omnipresencia, la presencia de Dios es única y ningún mortal ha podido tener esa bendición de poderle ver así cara a cara, ver así su rostro. Todos tenemos fe de que eso ocurra cuando hacemos la vida venidera, pero estar en su compañía debe bastarnos. También en la carta del apóstol Pablo a Timoteo, en el capítulo 6, verso 16, versículo 16, capítulo 6, versículo 16, carta primera a Timoteo, y citamos: el único que tiene inmortalidad, que habita en luz inaccesible, a quien ninguno de los hombres ha visto ni puede ver, al cual sea la honra y el imperio sempiterno. Amén. Vemos como hay también, pues, en la carta de Pablo se hace la mención de que ninguno de los hombres ha visto ni puede ver. Ese Padre Dios Todopoderoso. Volvemos otra vez, le hacemos la aclaración: llámelo como usted lo llame, estamos hablando del mismo Dios. Llámelo, con lo importante es que lo llames con tu corazón, hermano. También el libro del Éxodo, estamos hablando aquí del Antiguo Testamento, estamos regresando al Torah, los libros entregados al distinguido, queridísimo profeta Moisés, que la paz de Dios sea siempre con él. Capítulo 33, verso 20, dice: dijo más, no podrás ver mi rostro, porque no me verá hombre y vivirá. Palabras surgen del libro del Éxodo, capítulo 33, verso 20. Dijo más, no va a poder ver mi rostro, porque no me verá hombre y podrá vivir. Sí me ha visto. Brother Rashid.
Yeah, if we go back again to the Old Testament, we seen this concept of one God repeated over and over again. So if we go directly to, since you still have the Bible in front of us, we go to Deuteronomy 6, verse 4. Chapter 6, verse 4. Hear, O Israel, The Lord our God is one God, one Lord. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. Also in Malachi 2 verse 15, has not the one God made and sustained for us the spirit of life? Also in Isaiah 43 verse 10 to 11, you might know and believe me and understand that I am He. Before me no God was formed, nor shall there be any after me. I am the Lord, and besides me there is no Savior. I am the Lord, and besides me there is no Savior. So, and there is a lot of verses that speak about the same thing. So I would like the audience to reflect and ponder upon these verses that we stated. Also, there is so many verses when you open the Bible and you start reading through it with open mind and with logic, and you find so many things that lead to the same one message, the same message repeated throughout history, the same message of Abraham, the same message of Noah, of Muhammad, of Jesus, my peace and blessing of them. All of them say the same message. Worship the Lord your God and serve Him only. This can be found in Matthew chapter 4, verse 10. Also, Mark 12, verse 29. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one God. For there is only one God, and there is one mediator between God and man. So that's, and there is so many of them. So can you recall other verses confirming that God is only one, not three, only one? So with all due respect, with our utmost respect, we continue with the same message. Also, can there be another God besides Allah? Nay, most of them know not. Quran 27:61, 27 and also 63 and 64. Can there be another God besides Allah? High is Allah above what they associate with Him. So, Dr. Jesus Matthew, can you please translate?
My pleasure. Nos dice el hermano Rashid, nos trae varias citas del libro de la Sagrada Biblia, y tenemos el libro del Deuteronomio. Volvemos otra vez al Antiguo Testamento, al capítulo 6, verso 4, y citamos de ahí, dice: Oye Israel, Jehová nuestro Dios, Jehová uno es, y amarás a Jehová tu Dios con todo tu corazón y de toda tu alma y con todas tus fuerzas. ¿Les suena familiar, amigos? ¿Les suena familiar, hermanos? Estamos hablando de esos mismos tópicos, ese mismo tema, y todas las escrituras siempre están permeadas sobre ese mensaje de Dios Padre Todopoderoso a través de los profetas a lo largo de los tiempos. Y también vamos al profeta Isaías, al capítulo 33, verso 10 al 11, dice: Ahora me levantaré, dice Jehová, ahora será exaltado, ahora seré engrandecido. Vuelve otra vez: ahora me levantaré, dice Jehová, ahora seré exaltado y ahora seré engrandecido. Concebisteis hojarascas, rastrojos, daréis a luz, el soplo de vuestro fuego os consumirá. Vemos cómo se parece mucho este tipo de terminología, vemos cómo se parece mucho este tipo de mensaje a los mensajes de los diferentes profetas y la similitud, la similaridad que existe entre todos ellos. Vamos también al libro de Malaquías 2, verso 16, capítulo 2, versículo 16, y citamos: Porque Jehová, Dios de Israel, ha dicho que él aborrece el repudio y al que cubre de iniquidad su vestido. Dijo Jehová de los ejércitos: guardaos pues en vuestro espíritu y no seáis desleales. Vemos que la lealtad es un requisito, es un elemento bien importante y es un factor que Dios siempre toma en consideración de nosotros como seres humanos para llevar en práctica, para utilizarlo como práctica, como guía en nuestras vidas, de modo de que sigamos por el camino correcto que Dios ha pautado para nosotros. Vamos también al Sagrado Libro del Corán, al verso 27, el Sura 27, capítulo 27, perdón, y vamos a las aleyas 61, 63 y 64. En el capítulo 27, las aleyas 61, 63 y 64, citamos: ¿Quién sino ha estabilizado la tierra, ha colocado por ella ríos, fijado montañas y puesto una barrera entre las dos grandes masas de agua? Y hay un Dios junto con Dios. Pregunta: ¿hay un Dios junto con Dios? No, pero la mayoría no lo saben así. Vemos también que es bien importante en ese verso, en esa ley 61, donde se habla, recuerden que el profeta Mahoma era un profeta que no era una persona educada. ¿Cómo conoce Mahoma que había una barrera entre las dos grandes masas de agua? ¿De dónde sacar esa información si no es una información que le es provista directamente por ese Padre amado? Vemos también en la ley 63 y citamos 6364: ¿Quién si no os guía por entre las tinieblas de la tierra y del mar? ¿Quién envía los vientos como anuncios que preceden a su misericordia? ¿Hay un Dios junto con Dios? Se pregunta. Dios está por encima de los que le asocian. Brother Rashid, we have 1 minute left.
Yes, Quran, we're going to summarize with Quran 27 verse 6, Surah 27 ayah 64. Surah 27 ayah 64. Can there be another God besides Allah? Say, bring forth your proof if you are telling the truth. Also, one in the Quran that gives reference to Jesus, may peace and blessing be upon him. We're going to listen to it if we have the time.
يا أيها الذين آمنوا كونوا أنصار الله كما قال عيسى ابن مريم للحواريين من أنصاري إلى الله قال الحواريون نحن أنصار الله فآمنت طائفة من بني إسرائيل وكفرت طائفة فأيدنا الذين آمنوا على عدوهم فأصبحوا ظاهرين.
O ye who believe, be Allah's helpers, even as Jesus, son of Mary, said unto the disciples, Who are my helpers for Allah? They said, We are Allah's helpers. And the party of the children of Israel believed.
And thank you very much for tuning with us, and we shall, the time is finished. Thank you. Hello? Okay, thank you very much. That was Islam for Mankind. Thank you for tuning with us, and until next week, my Allah bless you. Thank you very much.